After watching the African Champions League played over the weekend, I now realize and understand what the South Africans are saying, that they don't want their players to go and play abroad because it is obvious that those those countries that their team, their league are strong, are the one performing better in Africa continent. Those that have a stronger league, national league, are doing far better than those who their player are playing in Europe. Just like Nigeria, virtually all our players are playing in Europe. That's why our league is rubbish. Our league is the one of the most useless league I've seen in the whole wide world. So useless that you know it is always a fight, it's always a war because there's no rules and regulation guiding it. Home team have to win on by all costs. If not, there will be a fight. It's so useless. So you look at those countries that their team, their league in their country are very strong. You can see their performance in the qualifier going on. Look at the countries like South Africa. Look at the countries like Morocco. Look at the country like Tunisia. Look at the ones of Algeria. Look at those ones of Sudan. Even though Sudan is not doing that much, but their league is a little bit still stronger than some of the West African countries. You understand? The era of West African countries doing well in the Champions League and Confederation Cup is gone. Just like Nigeria, the Ashanti Kotokos of Ghana, the Enyimbas of Nigeria, the club waiting of of Yaoundé. You understand? All those. I remember those olden days. If I had listened to radio, I hear about Ashanti Kotoko. I'll be like, you understand? There are clubs then that make names for themselves by then. Those days that when our leagues, when our European have not taken over everything about our continent, now everybody is now running to. I begin to understand it because when South Africans say it, I was like advising them that you should allow this player to go and make money. But at what expense? That's the question. At what expense? At the expense of our league. Because if they leave and go and play in Europe, automatically our league will be left with nothing. So, guys, South Africa, you guys are really doing well. I'm learning a lot from you guys, though. We were raised here in Nigeria to believe that we have to make it, everything have to be Europe. We have to make it in Europe. We're now beginning to understand the difference between self-impact, self-determination, and self-respect, and being able to believe that you can make it within here. You must not need the help of the white men to do that. So this league, you look at the results. If you see the results, you say that they are all messed, they are all rubbish. You understand? It is time we focus on Africa and develop Africa, harness the things we have in Africa. We don't need to refine them in Europe. We don't need to test them in America. So let us produce it here, refine it here, and make it work here. That's the only way African can be what we want it to be. Thank you, South Africans and the other Southern Africans, even North Africans, because usually in the Northern Africans, Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia, their players hardly play in Europe, even though they are still having players that play in Europe, but majority played with it because their league are very strong. Because what makes our player running to Europe is because of our league are very weak. And they don't pay. You understand? Every month you keep hearing about players not receiving their match bonuses and match salaries, and it is a problem. You don't expect big players that have opened their eye to come back here and play for how much and end up not even collecting, not even receiving it. So we have to dedicate more time in developing Africa than developing the rest of the world.